working with my molded wood. This is a product that I have invented. It comes in a paste-like form. This is a 16-ounce tub. It also comes in an 8-ounce tub. And there is a link in the descriptions for you to be able to purchase it if you would like, to help support a small business. If you've never tried it before, I would love for you to give it a try. So with that being said, I've got some molds here that I just picked up from Hobby Lobby yesterday that are 50% off, I believe. And then I have some molds from Amazon that I have from last year. So I would just want to show you guys a few different things on this for you to be able to. These are silicone molds. A lot of it's cake decorating. It's a lot of food type molds that I use, especially when I get them from Hobby Lobby. But that's okay. We don't mind. So this is the cuteness here. Small little buttons. And these here. So this would be great for all winter. This would be good for now. These are ornaments. And this is a snow globe. And then the different things that you have here that you can actually use with it to put in the snow globe after it's all cured. So about 12 to 24 hours is the cure time on this stuff. Really depends on the thickness. Some of these smaller, little thinner ones are not going to be there'll be less time, maybe even than the 12 hours. You'll just have to kind of play around with it and see maybe where you are weather-wise, if it's cold, if it's damp, if it's hot, if it's whatever. You know what I mean? That's going to take a factor into it as well, okay? Again, if you don't subscribe, please do. And I have a Molded Wood channel. I can't go live over there yet, so I'm doing this here. But the links. So I keep you a safe, tight container, safe, tight bag, zipped up, and then you just kind of pinch off some of the product here. If you don't like to get messy, this will leave a little bit of a residue. Just put some silicone gloves on or something. You can put some wax paper in between the layer if you want. I'm all about getting into the nitty gritty. It doesn't bother me. I grab a baby wipe and I'm done. Okay. So I'm going to just show you how quick and easy this is to use the product and to just put it inside there. Some people talk about it crumbling up when they get it. It's okay. As long as it goes into the mold, just push it in the mold. Squeeze it in your hand. Squeeze it in the bag a little bit. Kind of work it. And you're good. Don't worry about that. This is a wood-based product. And these are bendable and flexible. Now, the smaller little button things like this, it's going to be a little bit harder because there's not much to bend and flex on it. Hey, Miss Kathy, how are you? I'm going to scrape it off with a plastic putty knife here from the Dollar Tree. That way I can reuse all that extra here. Very, very, very easy to work with. You can use these on furniture. You can use it on any type of material. Just use the appropriate adhesive for whatever you're applying this to. So if it's wood, obviously wood glue. If you're going to go with tin, plastic, metal, glass, that kind of stuff, I'm just pushing it back down to make sure it's in there. I want to make sure it's going to grab hold of that impression of the mold that's down there. And this little one here does have that little dot in the middle, so that's going to make more like a wreath form. But you see, it's just quick and easy. If you want to take a baby wipe in here to clean up your mold, go for it. I don't clean my molds. Soap and water is fine. Soap and water to wash your hands with, whatever. Not a big deal. This is clean and easy to clean up, okay? Easy for cleanup. Now we're going to come in here with this one, and I'm going to do a few of these. If you don't want to do the entire thickness of the mold, you don't have to. You do you. On this one here, though, if you want to do it as an ornament, I would recommend it. There's a couple ways you can do this, and I'm going to show you both ways. After I get this particular mold filled up, I'm going to do a couple. Let me do a total of 3, and then we can come back on and show you how to come in and fix it all up. Great for gift tag ideas. Great for gift giving. Something to add to a package that maybe you just needed something a little bit more to finish off a person. And I scrape it back, and I do push it back down because I want to make sure that that impression is going to get there. Plus, it's going to smooth the backside out and not have that. I kind of call it like skid marks because it seems like there's little skid marks there. And then I'm going to do this one here. It's got an angel in the middle. It's super cute when it's done. Hello, everybody. Okay. That just gets that all set up really nice. So when you go to take it out, it's, see a little residue. When you go to take it out, it's smooth on the backside. That's what we're looking for, is smooth on the backside. Hey, everybody. I'm all right. I'm all right. How are you all doing? Okay, so I want to show you on this side. You can take the back of a pen, the back of anything. Okay, I'm going to show you here. I'm going to just do it on the one. You can put this hole in here already for your jute or string or whatever it is that you want. Make sure you go all the way through, though. And I'm just going till I see the pink. And then I'm going to tidy that up a little bit. Another thing you can do is take your piece of jute or whatever it is that you want to use. And I'm going to just kind of push it out of the way for a second. I don't want the pink to show because I don't want to see it on both. I don't want to see it on the other side, right? So I'm going to push it in there. I'll come back here with just a little bit more molded wood, cover it over. And then you'll have that right inside there. Do you see that? Okay, so here's the hole, and here's that. You can also take a hole punch if it's not too thick after it's cured and you remove it from the mold. You can actually take a hole punch, and we can do that with this one after it's cured. Okay, so I'm going to set these to the side. I just feel like I'm not seeing enough of that pink, but we can always move it. This stuff cuts with scissors, so anything that's in the way, we can get it out of there. All right, so there's that one. We'll set that over there, and then this is super, super cute. I will unmold a couple here that I do have. What happened to this? Let me get me a wipe. I feel like there's hair or something in there. Probably from them darn dogs of mine. Haven't used this Christmas mold in a while, huh? All right, so let's get this in here. And that I do like this because this also can be an ornament. And you could actually just add whatever you wanted to it. If you didn't want to use what is in this particular mold here, which is kind of gingerbread. One is a gingerbread scenery, and the other one is just more of a winter scene for forest. There's like a tree and a, what is that called? This guy here, snowman. Oh my goodness. And a deer. So I'm going to do all of these in this mold so you guys can see it when it's done. And then it gives it that 3D effect. You can get your molds from wherever it is that you guys want. Now, Beth has had some silicone molds. Did anybody try them and like them? Please give Beth feedback. Positive, negative, it doesn't really matter. It's something new that she's trying out, is to have her own line of silicone molds. And, you know, don't give up if you had any issues with it. You know, try to help be supportive and give some feedback, positive or negative. People cannot grow a small business. People can't grow businesses at all if you don't have any feedback. You can't better yourself or grow if you don't have feedback. So those of you who have purchased from Beth, I would love for you to give her a message at Design by Beth Walker on her Facebook page. That is my sister, and she is trying as well. And she's got rice papers on her Etsy shop, also Designed by Beth Walker. If you could support her in any way, please do. Or me as well. And then I'm going to come in here, scrape it back. This is just a really quick way of doing things and getting it all smooth and this same thickness. And of course, I'm coming back in here because it could have lifted a little bit, right? Could have lifted while I was doing that. Hello, hello, hello. And again, if any of this like flashing is there afterwards, you can cut it with a pair of scissors. Okay. So there we have it. Sometimes it takes the camera view for me to see that I have some missing here. I'm really having problems with my eyes lately, a lot. I'm not seeing very well. So, okay, we'll set that to the side, let that cure. And now this one here, I'm not going to fill it up all the way. I'm going to show you guys how you can do this without filling it up all the way. And there'll be little flatter buttons, okay? Because most of this impression is right on the front, and that's all you really need, right? So what you want to do is just put it in there, and you want to, these would be wonderful for projects, small little cards if you do any type of scrapbooking or making of cards or junk journaling. This would be good for that. These are a little bit softer of a mold, or mushy of a mold, I like to call it. So take that with a grain of salt. Sometimes they're a little bit harder to get your mold impression because they want to move around too much on you. But we're just going to try to make it as flat as we can, or just fill it all the way up. You do you. This, using the backside of a paintbrush, helps kind of roll it down the side of the silicone mold to give it a more even effect. I am going to do some full, not all of them, like this little penguin guy. These would be adorable if you wanted to make them thick and put them in a dough bowl or set them out on your counter or wherever you're putting your decor. And then you have just a small little piece of something. I don't know about you guys, but I always feel like I need a small little piece of something. You know what I mean? And a lot of times this would work really, really well. And again, fill them up if you want. Don't if you don't want to. But I'm going to do some of each. And this one is more of a half. You can use cookie cutters as well. We have done this where we've rolled it out on wax paper with a cookie cutter. And filled, and we have done that as well. Those are a little bit less guarantee because they can split before they're cured, right? So, but it definitely does work. And you can shape it then if you wanted to. I've done it before where I have made something and I've arced the flour and let it sit that way and cure that way. This one I'm a little bit worried about because it seems a little bit mushy and I don't feel like I'm getting the right impression here. There it goes. There it is. I knew it looked weird. It was too straight across. You see what I'm talking about? I'm going to hold my finger back. There we go. Okay. Pinch in the corner here. So that you guys just need to determine what you like on the mold and what you're willing to kind of put up with. But these are adorable. This little Santa one is so cute. Too. I want to make him thick so he can kind of stand up. But this would be really cute in an adobo with a little bit of potpourri or something. Pine cones, something really festive. Yeah, this one definitely wants to fall out. This is why we do these. This is why I do these lives, is so that you guys can see how to work with it and how to work with a mold that wants to be difficult. It's like a gumdrop, or actually that could be a berry. I think each one of these is different. And I love them all. I'm going to do this little mitten here, just the bottom of it. And then I'm going to show you guys to unmold it and what it looks like. Not these particular molds that I just did, but something else that I already have molded. Okay, there we go. So we're going to let them set up. These are pretty thick. These could possibly even take a little bit longer than the 24 hours. But you guys see how some of them are just partially full and some of them are not? You have to be okay with them possibly being a little bit off, and you spend as much time as you want with it as far as making it smooth. But these molds are extremely small to get my little fat fingers in there. So that's where the problem's coming in for me. But if it was a larger mold, it might do... you would have a lot easier of a time just to do a portion of it and not fill it all the way up. Makes sense? Okay, good. So glad. I'm so glad. All right. Put this back in the container. Always work the air out of this bag as well. When you're zipping it up, we don't want the air in it because that's what cures this. This has about a 6-month shelf life. It really depends on where you've stored it and all that. Put the lid on it and you're good to go. You guys, I do have some videos that are going to be coming out here on YouTube. I have 3 different videos I did. A couple of them are just they're all real shorter type videos, but ornaments and stuff like that I did. And yeah, so I'll be posting those here. Keep an eye out for it. All right, got some trims here that I've done. Okay, so I'm gonna unmold it. Okay, and once they're cured, again, 12 to 24 hours, I just kind of break the seal on it, and voila. Look how beautiful that is. And it's bendable and flexible. Okay, this one fell out on its own. Sometimes that'll happen. You get lucky and it just falls right out. A little weave, like a basket weave. And there's this one. The bows and the flowers, they're like little rosebuds. Okay, and then we have some beads and some of this. I won't do that, and I even have this one here. We'll leave those for another time. I'm gonna just paint it up here real quick for you. You guys kind of get an idea of what it would look like painted, or, and I'm just gonna use a little bit of white paint that I have here. You can dry brush it, or you can paint it all the way through. Again, you do you, and you can repaint them, and you can cut them. They cut with scissors, and I'm going to show you that right now. And don't get rid of this, because you might decide that you didn't like that cut there, and you can just take some wood glue and seam it back together with some wood glue, and you're good to go. I would use wood glue because it's a wood-based product, but you do you. I like to use a fan brush when I'm just going to come in with a little bit of detail. And I'll show you what I mean by that. dry brushing it on. I like to use these brushes you have no other use for, right? And if you just wanted to leave it natural looking like this, but you want to hit it and get a little bit of that 3D effect and kind of see what the impression is a little better, you can just hit it with a little bit of whatever color paint you want. Doesn't matter. I'm just using white. Okay? And it pulls out the impression. Or we can come in here and you do the same one I just cut. Could I have gotten a smaller brush? No. And get your edges. And when they're really detailed like this, you might have to do a little bit more of a stenciling effect on it and pounce in there some of that, because there's lots of little nooks and crannies. You can leave this natural as well. A lot of people never paint this because they like it natural, I guess. Okay. Paint that tip. And there you have it. Do you see? Equally as beautiful. It just really depends on what you're going to do with it. Let me hit a little bit of heat to this, and then I'm going to add another color. Or not. Gotta plug that sucker in. Falls out easily. It's like getting old. All right, you can take a second color of paint, or in this case, I'm going to use this luster, and this one is champagne. My luster is dried out, so I add a squirt of water to it, a tiny bit. You saw how tiny that was, right? And that just kind of rejuvenates it. I like to use my finger, but you all can do whatever you want. So I'm going to have that white base, the white background. Because I'm just running it over with my finger, I'm picking up that raised surface. It's going to be a little bit hard for you to see it, I think. You see that? Another option. Again, you can use paint. You can use wax. All the things that are out there. You can definitely use all the things. Okay. Same with this. Just going to use this again. I like to just show you the way you can, just to show you the impression that came with it. Definitely is a quick way for me to be able to show you how that impression is and what the mold actually looks like on the camera. It's easier for you guys to see, I believe. That's why I do this. But by all means, you can definitely come in here and hand paint all of this to tailor your needs. I'm going to show you. Do I have this one done? Something? No, I don't think so. Okay. Do you see how that all pulled out? Do you see the vein on the leaves? The ribbon here, the effect on the ribbon of that. I don't have it specifically. Where's that bit? No, that's not it. I have done the molding trims on this here. So that's a great representation of it on what you can do. I don't have this particular one here painted. And then this one here is the same idea. This one's just a little bit smaller version. It does have the bows. Bows are very popular right now. You guys know that. Bows and cowboy stuff is extremely popular. So I'm doing this just to show you without taking the time to actually paint it all the way through. It gives you the idea of what that mold actually turned out like. And again, it's bendable and flexible. So if you want to take it and redo a candle that you got for Christmas last year and it's a really pretty red or whatever the season may be, and you want to add a little zhuzh to it, you can do that. I actually have, is this one done or not? Yes. This one here, I just added some molded wood to it. This was already the color and I just painted it that. There's so many different things that you can do with it. So Again, you could add it to furniture if you want. Just use wood glue, or if it's a plastic, use whatever adhesive would be appropriate, like a Stick Fast or a 3-in-1 or something like that. You might have to hold it a little bit for that, to hold it in place a little bit. But by all means, there's so many different things that you guys, that it's versatile. You can use the molds that you already have. You can purchase your own molds. You can keep using the same molds. I like that it's smaller pieces. I like that you don't have to heat it up in order for it to bend and flex. It already does that once it's cured on its own. Just make sure that it's cured. You'll be able to tell when you go to pull it out if it starts to crack or anything. Leave them lie flat. And yeah, you guys, try it. Give it a try. If you've never tried it, I would love for you to try it. I believe in this. I'm super proud of it. It's something that took me a little while to come up with, but by all means, if you can support a small business, I would appreciate it. And please make sure you hit that subscribe button and go on over to my Mold a Wood group, Mold a Wood, here, and subscribe to that channel. There should be a link in the description for that as well. A link in the description for my website at creativecraftingbykatie.com, and even over to you to like my other social media platforms if you want to go follow me over there. Y'all have a great rest of your day. I'm pretty close here, less than 25 on here to get to my 1,000, and so watch away, watch. Y'all have a good rest of your day, and I'll see you soon. Bye.